Julie, thank you so much. Well, even if you regularly check your scores with the major credit rating companies, you might not have an accurate idea of your ability to borrow money to buy a home or a new car. About half of us say they don't know what FICO is. So much so I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is it FICO?
Absolutely.
FICO, F-I-C-O. But the ratings have a much bigger influence on mortgage companies or other money lenders than you might know. Joining us now is financial author Chris Bridges, founder of New Life Financial Strategies. He's also certified as a professional on all things FICO and lectures on the topic as well. You just finished a lecture not too long ago on the FICO score.
Absolutely right. Actually, I have an opportunity, and I'm very thankful for it, to talk about this subject a lot.
Good.
So as a credit coach, one of my missions is to impact generations by educating and empowering people to live a better life, quite frankly, better understanding the credit system.
Right.
And so I spend much of my day having this discussion in one platform or another.
Hence the name New Life Financial Services.
Yeah, well, that's actually my nonprofit. So my
Okay.
company is named Credit with Chris.
Love it.
And so as a spinoff, so we can reach more people, we actually have a nonprofit called New Life Financial Services.
New Life. Let's talk about the fact that I think a lot of people, myself included, believe it's the big three, right? That you check and you go on there, make sure there are no, bad credit reports, or you write the letters to the big three. But the FICO score, why is this so important, and why don't more of us know about what this is?
Well, absolutely. And it's interesting you say that, because the big three are actually credit bureaus. Those are repositories that just report information that is being told about them by our creditors.
Like Experian.
Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Okay.
However, they use scoring models. FICO, which stands for Fair Isaac Corporation, is just one of the different types of scoring models. It happens to be the most commonly used. Probably 90% of the 100 top bank and lenders use the FICO model. So it's used most prominently, but it's just one type of scoring model.
Got it.
And so what happens is our credit is derived based on the information that is being reported about us. So our credit score can change as information is, being said, good or bad.
Right.
And so what happens is they use the different models, again, FICO being the most prominent, but each credit bureau, quite frankly, has their own model. And they've come together and created one called a Vantage score that's pretty much used commonly amongst the three. But each bureau has their own model. So it makes it very kind of confusing.
It does. So I guess, Chris, then what's the bottom line here for consumers? And does it differ if you're going for a mortgage versus a new car?
Yes, it does actually.
It does.
It does,
okay.
Because each industry, mortgage, lending, car, insurance even, they use different models depending on that industry. And so as a consumer, it's important for us to know, because there's no right or wrong score, there's no right or wrong model. It really depends on what they're using it for.
Okay.
And so if you want to purchase a home, then you want to be sure that you're tracking and monitoring your score based on the FICO model, because most lenders are using the FICO model. If you want to buy a car or insurance, then it may be using a different model. My recommendation is that you're just monitoring your credit on a regular basis. Now, there are hundreds of online consumer monitoring sources. The one that's going to give you the most closely related score to a lender is myfico.com. Now, I'm not promoting anything out here.
Sure, but if you want to,
myfico.com.
If you go on, will it tell you the steps to basically, or any of these, the steps to get your credit together, what they're looking for? Is this where we need to go? And how far out in advance do we need to go if we're looking at maybe buying a home?
Wow, I think as soon as you think you want to buy a home, because the worst thing is for you to get your heart and your family all excited about a home, and you can't based on your credit worthiness.
Okay.
So as soon as you think you want to be prepared to, or you're ready to buy a home, it's a good idea to start tracking your credit. You don't want that to hold you back.
A lot to talk about. It's a big issue. I suggest you do your research. We will link your information if people have questions after this interview. We appreciate it. This is Chris Bridges. He's financial author and also the founder. The nonprofit is New Life Financial Services. Steve, over to you.
All right, Allison, thanks so much. It is 8:22.